smile at you, having a chocolate pastry, or seeing the word pass on your CA final marks. Wonderful feeling, right? Well, it is these happy moments that make our lives worth living. Hello and namaste. This is Divesh Harpalani from Ahmedabad speaking on ways of improving India's rank in the World Happiness Index. Imagine that you are getting late to office and you see all the traffic lights in front of you are green. How lucky, right? Your imagination would be proved to be a reality if you were to be in the capital of Bhutan, which has no traffic lights. The king of Bhutan once said that happiness was more important than the GDP. And happiness was included as the goal of the government of Bhutan in the Constitution of Bhutan. In 2011, the United Nations recognized the achievement of happiness as a fundamental human goal, and resultantly, every year, a World Happiness Report is published. The index conducts its evaluation based on 6 parameters. Someone says that money can't buy happiness, but so says the person who is already earning plenty. The United Nations knows this, and that is why it has included the GDP per capita as the first parameter. The second is life expectancy, which again is based on actual figures. The remaining 4 are social support, generosity, freedom of making life choices, and perception of corruption, which are all based on the opinion of people. The 2021 report specifically focused on the impact of COVID-19 and the response of the government. Talking about the upcoming superpower of the world, our very own India. Can you take a wild guess as to India's ranking in the list? I am sure you will be surprised to know that India ranks 11th in the list. No, not from the top, but from the bottom. Yes, India ranks a disappointing 139th in the list out of 149 nations. I know it is unfair to compare it with the Western nations, but the harsh reality is that India lags behind all its neighboring countries, including Pakistan and Bangladesh. We in India have big fat Indian weddings and jubilant festivals like Holi and Durga Puja. It is not as though all of this isn't true, but it is equally true that there is something that needs improvement. So what is it that India needs to do to climb up the ladder? The first is to take drastic steps on the education front, like those in the happiest country of the world, Finland. A fish can't be judged by its ability to climb the tree. We need to make the Indian education system an inclusive and a skill-based one, so that we not just produce doctors, engineers or CAs, but also sportsmen, photographers, musicians and whatnot. Remember how just one gold medal brought smiles to a billion faces? Now imagine, what if there were 100 such Neeraj Chopras? The level of happiness that the nation would have. Generations of people from all over the world have been coming to India in the search of happiness. We have a traditional repository of values leading to a happy life. We have given the world the happiness recipe, but have failed to apply it at home. This ancient recipe has the power to shore up all the 6 parameters. All that we need to do is to return to our origins. We need to focus on teaching the skill of happiness. Few Delhi schools have introduced happiness classes. Gujarat University has also introduced a course on happiness counseling through meditation and yoga. What we need is more such courses. Maharashtra has a concept of dispute-free villages, and a dispute-free village means a happy village. What we need is to scale up this idea so as to succeed on the parameter of social support. Talking about the 4th pillar of democracy and the most powerful influencer, the Indian media. We are often surrounded by negativity all around us that is spread by the media, and this affects our perception of happiness, and the index is based on this very perception. What is needed is for the Indian media to also portray each accomplishment, each happy moment which can foster the feeling of pride in the nation and ultimately lead to happiness. What do you do when you break traffic lights? That is when the Haripatti comes handy. Oh wait, that has been replaced by this purple one. Well, technology is of utmost importance in reducing this very corruption. And one of the steps was rightly taken in this direction with the introduction of faceless assessments. What India needs to do is to focus more on this technological aspect. India needs a national ministry for happiness backed by a holistic policy whose goal is not just confined to improvers in the decimal rank. Now the question is, what do we citizens do on our part? Follow your passion. Appreciate what you have rather than complaining about what you don't, because the grass is greener where you watered it. Be generous, because a rupee donated might bring a smile worth lakhs. And the most important of all, always keep smiling, because smiling is contagious, as it is said. When all are rich, no one is rich. But when all are happy, everyone is happy. As the famous dialogue goes, बाबू मिशाल, जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं. Thank you.